2024 has been a lot. And if you follow my vlog channel, you will know that that is quite possibly one of the biggest understatements I have ever said. This year has been full of challenges, unexpected obstacles, losses, nightmare neighbors to crazy work schedules, a stressful move on top of everything. And it just feels like for the last 10 months, I've just been constantly putting out fires. And then suddenly it's December and we're here. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I don't think I've ever been so anxious to film a video. And I haven't filmed in 3 or 4 months, and I feel like I've forgotten everything. I gotta say, it feels weird filming again after so long. But I couldn't let the end of the year come and go without making this video. So first and foremost, I want to apologize for just kind of disappearing out of nowhere. I went through so much that at some point this year, I just had to take a huge step back from all social media for my own mental health. So I want to say a big thank you to all of you that stuck around. There were a few of you that reached out on Instagram and in comments of older videos, and I really, really appreciate all of your patience while I took the step back from my mental health that I just so deeply needed. Back to the topic of this video, for years, project panning was my thing. I specifically panned that palette. I just loved the challenge so much that, I don't know, I got it in my head that that's the only reason my channel existed, was to see how far I could push myself every year with Pan That Palette. And on the one hand, it was fun and it was challenging and it got me out of ruts and it was exciting. On the other hand, it was stressful, and even when everything in my life was going amazingly, the challenge of that project could be a lot, which I understand to some people that could be, I don't know, I don't want to downplay my feelings, but I understand that it could come across as privileged and, whiny, and that's kind of why I never really tried to express it too much. But when life got challenging, having this on top of it, there was just no way I could do everything all at once. So I'll be honest and say at first, it wasn't really I didn't make a conscious choice to give up on this year's Pan That Palette, which if you're new, this is the worst video to come in on, but hi, I was going to pan the Sweet Peach palette this year. That's as far as I got. So I didn't consciously say, okay, hey, I'm giving up. One thing happened, and then another thing happened, and then, like I said, now it's December, and I haven't touched this palette in months. And that's never happened to me before. And, I only recently started kind of exploring how it made me feel, and I felt like a gigantic failure. Because like I said, it felt like that was kind of the main point of my channel, was this Pan That Palette. And I've never given up on a Pan That Palette. I've given up on other project pans before when they were no longer serving me, but Pan That Palette in particular, I'd always pushed through, and I had always done it. So I felt like I let myself down. I felt like I let all of you down. And that's another part of the reason why I didn't want to post on social media, is because part of me was afraid of the reaction, which is silly because we have such a beautiful community here. And I know you guys wouldn't. If anything, you guys are the ones that were telling me to put my mental health and put myself first and make sure I take care of myself more than anyone. But I think it was more so I felt like a failure and I didn't really want to broadcast it. But now I am. And that's because, life isn't linear and things get hard and it's difficult. And sometimes you lose a friend. Sometimes you have terrible neighbors and you have to move. Sometimes work is insane for a whole year before things start to settle down. And sometimes you have to give up on some projects in order to make room for other projects. And sometimes in order just to make room to take care of yourself. And that's what I'm learning now, is I'm legitimately kind of starting fresh and learning how to listen to my body and how to take care of myself. And as someone who's an overworker, I am so bad at this. Like, I'm always pushing myself. I'm always working on something. Like, even when this year has been so difficult for work, I pushed myself and I joined a leadership program and I've taken on extra projects and I've done this. And I gotta say, as far as now, my career has been going incredible. Like, my day job, my career, my certifications, my professional development has been going great. Personal life has been horrific. It's been terrible this year. But with all of that going on, I did not have the spoons, I did not have the space, and I had to become okay with that. And this video is part of that. It's like, by finally broadcasting it, I feel like I'm getting a huge weight off my shoulders and saying that there it is. My life was just too nuts this year. I couldn't do my Pan That Palette. Yeah. I was watching Smokey Glow lately, and I know she's also been going through a really rough time the last few years, and her videos helped make me feel like I wasn't as alone. I didn't go through nearly as bad stuff as she's gone through. But then again, I don't want to try to compare challenges. But her just being so open and honest and working through everything helped me kind of work through my own stuff. So part of this video is also like, I want to help make it feel not as isolating when you're going through a difficult time, especially when you're going through a difficult time and it affects, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Clearly I didn't script this. I'm just going off the top of my head. But when it affects like your friends or your community or your family, or you feel like you're letting people down, I just want to express that you are probably harder on yourself than literally anyone else is going to be. And I know that, like, logically, I know that. But my feelings, my emotions, and I don't want to downplay them, but because they're valid, I feel like I'm still letting everyone down. And I know that there are plenty of other people that feel the same way, and I'm hoping that by coming out and talking about what I've gone through and how I've gotten here, that you will feel less alone too. So as for this channel, and I'm sorry about being kind of vague. I just want to go ahead and say, like, I am healthy and fine. Alvin is healthy and fine. Rex is healthy and fine, though he's currently in a donut right now because he keeps chewing on his paw, but he is fine. I am planning on doing, part of me feels like it trivializes my life updates if I do them as I try to get ready with me, but then otherwise I'll just be sitting here kind of talking, and I don't want to just sit here and talk. So I'm planning to do some kind of video with a full life update for you guys, and then I'm hoping to go back to the vlog channel. But until then, just wanted to give you guys a little check-in, say I had to give up on my Pan That Palette. I don't know what the channel is going to be like from here on out. I do know that after everything, especially after everything, I desperately need a happy space. So I'm going to do my best to work and cultivate and make this channel and this community a happy, makeup-filled, creative kind of space. And it's not going to be as structured. I'm not going to guarantee weekly uploads or every other week or every other day uploads. I'm just going to try slowly getting back into it and seeing what feels right. And I understand that not guaranteeing consistency, it can be annoying to a lot of people, so I truly understand if that's not for you. I want to say thank you for being here with me so far up until this point. And those of you that want to stick around, I hope you will. And I hope I will soon figure out what the heck is going to be happening with this channel. But it's going to stay makeup. I'll be posting to my vlog channel too. So stay tuned for a life update video at some point. Maybe by the end of the year. We'll see. Thank you. Thank you guys. Let's do a final look at the palette. It literally looks the exact same as the last update, whenever that was. Because like I said, I haven't touched this thing. So I am going to go put this away. I can't go with all my finished Pan That palettes because it's not finished. So I will find a special place for this, and it will go away, and we will finally close the 2024 chapter. Thank you guys so much for watching and for being so nice and kind. And I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.